Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well on the eve of 4th of July, and happy birthday, United States of America. We bring you Game 7 of the 1964 World Series, and if we're at Game 7, we're knotted at 3 apiece. So we've gotten to reality, we've just gotten there a little different. And for the pitching matchups, Bob Gibson will pitch in his third game of the World Series. In our replay, he is 0-1 with 1 no decision and got racked pretty hard in Game 5 by the Yankees. He will face off against his opponent in Game 5, Mel Stottlemyre, who won Game 5. Stottlemyre 1-0. In 1964, in reality, Bob Gibson was 19-12 with a 3.01 earned run average. Mel Stottlemyre, 9-3, the youngster, with a 2.06 earned run average. Let's get to the starting lineups and roll some baseball. Hope all is well with everyone. At the ballpark here in St. Louis Busch Stadium is the original Grognard. Check out that wonderful military strategy channel. All right, to the starting lineups we go. For the Yankees in this Game 7, leading off will be Phil Lentz. He's playing shortstop for the injured Tony Kubek. Batting second, Bobby Richardson at second base. Batting third, Roger Maris patrolling center field. Batting fourth in right field, Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, behind the plate doing the catching, is Elston Howard. At first base, Joe Pepitone, and he's batting sixth. Out in left field, Tom Tresh, batting seventh. Batting eighth at the hot corner for the Yankees, Brother Cleat. That's Cleat Boyer, brother of Kenny Boyer, who plays for the Cardinals, and he's batting eighth. Batting ninth, doing the pitching on the bump, Mel Stottlemyre. For the St. Louis Cardinals here in Game 7, leading off in center field is Curt Flood. Batting second in left field, Lou Brock, very dangerous base stealer. Batting third, playing first base, Bill White. Batting fourth at the hot corner for the Cardinals, brother Kenny Boyer. Batting fifth, the shortstop Dick Grote. Batting sixth, the hot-hitting catcher Tim McCarver. Batting seventh, Mike Don't Call Me Del Shannon, he's in right field. Batting eighth for the injured Julian Javier, Dal Maxville playing second base. Batting ninth, a very angry Bob Gibson, and he'll be towing the rubber for the Cardinals. And as usual, Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. So we'll take a sip of water and get to the broadcast. So here comes Phil Lentz to lead things off for the Yankees in 1964, 255 homers, 3 triples, and 21 doubles. He'll face Bob Gibson, and the ball game is on its way. Here's the first roll of Game 7. 3 and a 6, 3-6. To the Lentz card we go. 3-6, fly ball to center field. Flood is there. He makes the catch, 1 down. Ball comes back into the infield. Bobby Richardson, the Yankees second baseman, strides to the plate to face Bob Gibson, the intense one. 267, 4 homers, 4 triples, and 25 doubles. Little technical difficulties here. Hope you can still hear me. Let's check it out. Okay, sound quality is good. Always love technical difficulties. Sports Time Machine is here in St. Louis. Check out that wonderful sports channel on YouTube, Sports Time Machine with Mr. Utah Mike. So here's Bobby Richardson, 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch from Bob Gibson. 3-5 off the Richardson card. 3-5, single to center. So Bobby Richardson is on with a single to center. The Yankees have their first base runner. B. Steeler. Tim McCarver, Defensive catcher rating is a 3, so that's a -2 on the hold. But Richardson's going nowhere because here comes Roger Maris. Maris, 281, 26 homers, 2 triples, and 12 doubles. Let's see what the Yankee center fielder can do with Bob Gibson. Cardinals hoping to turn 2 up the middle. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Maris. 6-4 off the Gibson card. 6-4 fly ball, left field. Brock going back at the track. He makes the catch, 2 down. Retreating back to first base is Richardson. So there's 2 outs. They will hold Richardson on. And here comes Mickey Mantle, coming to an end of an illustrious career. He would play till 1969, 68, 69, I believe. 303, 35 homers, 2 triples, and 25 doubles. We will ask our Yankee expert, Mr. Utah Mike. Was it 68 or 69 did he play to? What's Blazing in Sports? Another wonderful channel here at the ballpark in St. Louis, Busch Stadium. Check out that, again, wonderful boxing channel, all things boxing and much more. Larry Harris, how you doing? How goes your replays? Hope all is well. So here's the pitch to Mickey Mantle. 2 outs. Richardson will be off on contact. Gibson rocks and fires to Mantle. 6-7 off the Gibson card. 6-7 ground ball to second base. Second baseman is Dahl Maxfield. Defensive check. He is a 3. We are playing Strat Basic. So that is a 3 and a 17. So a 3 and a 17. And guess what? We get to roll the 20-sided die one more time. And that's a 9. So a 3 and a 9. Maxfield knocks it down. Picks it up, throws to first, and they get Mantle by 2 steps. The side is retired. After a half inning complete, we go to the bottom of the first, no score. Due up for the Cardinals, Flood, Brock, and White. When next the Yankees come to the plate, will be Elston Howard, the catcher. So Gibson strides back to the dugout. And here comes Mel Stottlemyre and the New York Yankees. Stottlemyre with his warm-up tosses. Again, 9 and 3 with a 2.06 earned run average. Well, good luck with your golf game, Larry. I hope you do well tomorrow and I hope you have good weather. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. He'll face Curt Flood. 311, 5 homers, 3 triples, and 25 doubles. Stottlemyre picks up the sign from Elston Howard. The pitch to Flood. Let's see what the Cardinals can do here. 4-11 off the Stottlemyre card. 4-11. Ground ball hit right back to Stottlemyre. He snares it. Throws to the party boy Joe Pepitone. 1 down. Scoring at home 1-3. You should. It's good for the brain. So that's 1 out. Flood hit it right back at the pitcher. Quite hard. But to no avail. Here comes Lou Brock. You want to keep Mr. Brock off the base paths. Double-A stealer. 315, 14 homers, 11 triples, and 30 doubles. The pitch from Stottlemyre to Brock. 6-9 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-9. Jammed him. Popped up. Shortstop. Lintz waits for it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Base is empty. And Bill White, Cardinal first baseman, comes to the plate. Let's bring that down a bit. 303, 21 homers, 4 triples, and 37 doubles. Stottlemyre and the Yankees looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He kicks and fires to Billy White. 1-4. Will this close the door? 1-4 off the White card. 1-4. Single to center. So Bill White keeps the inning alive. No 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees and Stottlemyre. White's at first with 1 out. C. Steeler. He's going nowhere. They will hold him on. So it'll only be a +1 on a hit. So it'll go through from a 1-16 to a 1-17. Here comes Ken Boyer, hero of Game 6, walk-off homer in extras. Let's see what Kenny Boyer can do. MVP in 1964 in the National League. 295, 24 homers, 10 triples, and 30 doubles. Stottlemyre peeks the first, now looks in at Howard, nods his head. He deals to Kenny Boyer. 5-6 off the Stottlemyre card. 5-6. Fly ball deep to left, but not deep enough. Tresh in front of the track makes the catch, and the side is retired to the oohs and ahs The Cardinals fans thought they had a 2-run homer there, but Boyer just got under it. So after one complete no score here in Game 7 in St. Louis, 1964, retro replay for the World Series using Strat-O-Matic Basic Card and Dice. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be Dick Grote to lead things off. Due up for the Yankees in the top of the second, Howard, Pepitone, and Tresh. As Sports Time Machine says, have hair dryer, will travel. As that's a homage to the Westerns. Here's Elston Howard, 313, 15 homers, 3 triples, 27 doubles. 3 years from 1964, he'll be playing for the impossible dream Boston Red Sox. Gibson's ready to work. He deals to Elston Howard. 6-11 off the Gibby card. 6-11 ground ball to first base and Bill White. Bill White is a 1 defender, and that's a 4. He should make this play a 1 and a 4. White backhands it. Tosses to Gibson covering, and that is 1 down. So Howard is retired 3-1. Joe Pepitone comes to the plate. He's had a hot game and a lot of poop games if you're a Yankee fan. Pepitone, 28 homers, 3 triples, 12 doubles, .251 batting average. Gibson peers in at Pepitone. The pitch to Pepitone. 4-8 off the Gibson card once again. 4-8. Swing and a miss! He challenged him with the high heat. Pepitone wanted to jack that ball to the moon, Alice. But all he'll do is take a pleasant stride back to the dugout and sit his tuchus down on the bench. So 2 outs, base is empty for Tom Tresh, the left fielder, 246, 16 homers, 5 triples, and 25 doubles. What's blazing in sports? Leading the cheers here at the stadium said, "Go Cards, go!" Here's the pitch to Tresh from Gibson. 4-6 again off the Gibby card. 4-6 and a 16. That is a single to center. A 1 would have been a double. We rolled a 16, so Tresh keeps the inning alive with a single. Tresh B. Steeler, 1 through 14 base runner, would be held on. Here comes Cleet Boyer, brother of Ken. Equal defensively at the hot corner to his brother Ken, but not so much at the plate. 218, 8 homers, 5 triples, and 10 doubles. On deck, Mel Stottlemyre. Tresh at first, 2 outs. Gibson nods his head. McCarver sets a target. The pitch homeward bound to Cleet Boyer. 3-7 off the Boyer card. 3-7 and Cleet Boyer singles to center. So Cleet Boyer singles to center. It's a +1. So it's 1 through 15. To send Tresh, we don't want to get him thrown. That's a good odds, though. Let's just think this over for a second. So Cleet Boyer singles. They're going to wave Tresh around. He's going to challenge the arm of Curt Flood. 1 through 15. He is safe. And it's a 20. He is gunned out at third as Kenny Boyer applies the tag. What a throw. So Stottlemyre will lead off the inning. So Tresh is thrown out 8-5. Trying to advance first to third with 2 outs on the single by Kenny Boyer. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. What a throw by Curt Flood. When next we come up, it'll be the pitcher, Mel Stottlemyre. Had to take a shot 1 through 15. Due up for the Cardinals, Grote, McCarver, and Shannon. Fans are still on their feet clapping as Flood tips his cap to the fans. Stottlemyre back up on the bump for the Yankees. Dave Gardner's here in St. Louis. A little high from the body painting, I think. He says, "Let's go Mets!" How are you, Mr. Gardner? Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful channel. He's got some his journey, some vlogs as they call them, his journey from computer to dice games. I saw the first one. It was very good. I think he did a second. I'm sure he did a second one because I saved it so I can watch it. All right, here's Dick Groat, 292, 1 homer, 6 triples, and 35 doubles. Stottlemyre readies himself. He deals to Groat. 2-5 off the Groat card. 2-5. Pop-up, shortstop. Lintz, outfield grass. Makes the catch. 1 down. Second time a Cardinal batter has popped out to Lintz at short. Here comes Tim McCarver. McCarver has been a hot hitter in this World Series replay for the Cardinals. 288 for the year. 9 homers, 3 triples, and 19 doubles. He awaits the Stottlemyre offering. Pitch homeward bound. 6-11 off the Mel Stottlemyre card. 6-11 ground ball to first. White has it. Waves off Stottlemyre. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 away. So 2 outs, base is empty. Mike Shannon steps to the plate. Cardinal third baseman, 261. 9 home runs, 2 triples, and 8 doubles. Stottlemyre and the Yankees want that 1-2-3 inning. We're scoreless with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Shannon looking to tee it high and let it fly. Stottlemyre kicks and deals. 3-12 off the Shannon card. 3-12. Line shot! And making the leaping catch at short is Dick Groat. He just robbed Shannon of a base hit. Great play by Dick Groat. And there's your 1-2-3 inning, folks. We go to the top of the third, still scoreless here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Game 7, 1964 World Series, knotted at 3. Retro replay, Strat-O-Matic Basic, Card&Dice. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be Dal Maxfield at the plate. Due up for the Yankees, Mel Stottlemyre, because Tresh was thrown out at third, trying to go first to third with 2 outs and the single by Cleat Boyer, thrown out by Flood. Then it'll be the top of the order, Lintz and Richardson. So here comes Mel Stottlemyre. Gibson wanting to make short work of Mel. Here's the pitch to Stottlemyre, the Yankee pitcher. 3s across the board. 3's gone wild. That's a 3-6 off the hitter card number 2. 3-6. Swing and a miss. Gibson just blew that fastball right by his counterpart. Here in St. Louis at the ballpark. Drinks and knows things. Check out that wonderful channel. Lots of Game of Thrones there and much, much more. He says, "Go Redbirds! Go Redbirds!" Lots of St. Louis fans here at the stadium. Not shocking. We are in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. So here's Phil Lintz for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to Flood in center. Gibson works quickly to Lintz. 1-8. Not hitting location there for Gibson. 1-8. Hard hit ball, though. Backhanded by Groat. Fires to White. 2 down. As Lintz is retired by his counterpart at short, Dick Groat. Bobby Richardson strides to the plate, 1 for 1 with a single. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Gibson nods his head. The pitch to Bobby Richardson, 4-7 off the Gibson card. 4-7, ground ball to short, and Dick Groat. He is a 3 defender, and that's a 1. That's a base hit, folks. I already know that. A 1 and a 3, and that's a single. Past the dive of Groat into left center. So Bobby Richardson on the 3 and the 1 is now 2 for 2. So Richardson denies a 1-2-3 inning for Gibson once again. And that brings up the dangerous Roger Maris. Maris wants that 1 column. He's got some home runs there. Maris flew out to left. Gibson looks over to first. Richardson is being held on. Now he deals to Maris. 2-6 to Roger Maris. 2-6, and that's a walk. Gibson and McCarver wanted the call, but they don't get it. Advancing to second in scoring position with 2 outs is Bobby Richardson. At first is Maris, and here comes the aging but still dangerous, the Mickey Mantle. Mantle grounded to second. So 2 outs, 2 on. Gibson rubs up the baseball. Now he puts it back in his glove. He's back up on the bump, toes the rubber. A deep breath. The big windup and the pitch to Mickey Mantle. 6-6. Pick up some sticks off the Gibson card. 6-6. Swing and a miss! He blows the fastball past the aging Mickey Mantle. Side is retired. We go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless. Game 7. Knotted at 3/1964. Retro replay using Strat-O-Matic basic card and dice. Oh, boy. Mantle would have loved to turn back the hands of time on that one. When the Yankees next come up, it'll be the catcher, Elston Howard. Due up for the Cardinals. Maxville, Gibson, the top of the order, Flood to face Mel Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre defeated Gibson in Game 5 in our retro replay. Gibson is 0-1 with 1 no decision, his 3rd start in the World Series. Stottlemyre, the youngster, makes his 2nd start. He's 1-0 in our retro replay. And when we're all said and done, sometime next week or the week after, probably next week, we will come up with stats and everything. And we'll just do a ha-ha, take a look at it. All right, here's the pitch to Dahl Maxville. First at-bat. 231, no homers, no triples, no doubles. 26 at-bats. Again, he's playing for the injured Julian Javier. Here's the pitch from Stottlemyre to Maxville. 6-4 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-4, ground ball to third base. And Clete Boyer, he's a 1 defender. He's outstanding at the hot corner, and that's a 7. So a 1 and a 7. Boyer makes an error. Holy poop. Clete Boyer boots the ball on the 1-7. And Maxville somehow finds his way on base once again. He has gotten on base quite a bit, as is my recollection, in this retro replay of those 64 World Series. Wow, let's just double a 1. Clete Boyer is a 1 defender and a 7. And that is an error, 1 base. And that could hurt. So Maxville's at first, and Gibson will bunt. And since it's basic, it doesn't matter. We need a 2 through 8. Here's the pitch. Gibby squares the bunt. It's a good one. That's a 4. Fielded by Stottlemyre. He throws to first as Richardson covers the bag on the wheel play. 1 down, but advancing to second is Maxville. So that goes 1-4 on the sac bunt. Yankees had the wheel play on. Pepitone was charging from first. So with 1 out, Maxville's in scoring position. For Curt Flood, he is 0 for 1. No score, bottom of the 3rd. Stottlemyre peeks over his shoulder as they keep Maxville close. Now he deals to Flood. 3-2. So Stottlemyre misses location. 3-2 from the Flood card. 3-2. Hard hit ground ball to second. And that's going to be an out. Now, this is where I disagree with Strat-O-Matic. The ball's hit to the right side. Ground ball A. If no runners are forced, no runners hold. It's hit to the right side. But because I've been playing it, that way. I mean, in actuality, the runners should advance. Again, Strat should fix that. They should have a little, note. If the ball's hit to the right side, runner advances to third. In reality, he's at third base, but I'll play it the way the rules say. I don't agree with it. So Maxville didn't get a good read on that hard hit ground ball. I think he thought it was caught. But it was not. Trapped. And Flood is out 4-3. So Maxville will be off on contact. And here comes Lou Brock. He popped out to the shortstop, Phil Lintz. Again, Stottlemyre trying to keep Maxville close. Looks in towards the plate. And Elston Howard nods his head. He deals to Lou Brock. 1-5. A 1-5. Off the Brock card, 1-5, fly ball, right field. Deep, but not deep enough. Mickey Mantle's there. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. Maxville's stranded at second. We go to the top of the 4th, still scoreless in St. Louis. We're not sleepless in Seattle. We are scoreless in St. Louis. When next the Cardinals come up, it will be Bill White, the first baseman, due up for the Yankees in the top of the 4th. Howard, Pepitone, and Tresh. to face the angry one, Bob Gibson. Gibson yet to win a game in the World Series, 0-1 with 1 no decision, and was roughed up late in Game 5 when the Yankees bludgeoned the Cardinals 7-1. Howard's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Howard. The Yankee catcher is dealt a 3-6 off the Howard card. 3-6. Swing and a miss. He got him on the breaking pitch. Set him up with the hard stuff and then got him with the ball that dropped off the table. That is Gibson's 4th K. Fans applaud. Joe Pepitone, the party boy, he was a strikeout victim. Pepitone, tremendous power. Gibson not impressed with Pepitone. The windup and the pitch. Gibson deals Pepitone 3-5 off the Pepitone card. 3-5, and that's a single, a line shot as Gibson ducks down, and Pepitone just glares at him as he goes to first base. It is a glaring contest. Pepitone did not like some words that was said by Gibson to the media. So Pepitone's at first with 1 out, and Tom Tresh comes to plate. Cardinals hoping to turn 2 up the middle with Maxwell and Dick Groat. Tom Tresh singled but was thrown out trying to go first to third on the Boyer single in the top of the second. That's how the inning ended. So again, they're looking for 2. Tresh readies himself as he has to deal with the angry one, Bob Gibson. Here's the pitch, homeward bound to Tom Tresh. Gibson deals Tresh a 3-2. How do you do? 3-2. He jammed him! Popped up sky high. Groat at short, waving his arms, saying he's got it, and he sure does. And that's 2 outs. My Lord. That was a self-defense swing. Gibson came high and tight. You don't fool around with Bob Gibson, just like you don't spit in the wind and you don't tug on Superman's cape. So 2 outs. Pepitone's at first. He will be off on contact. Richard O'Connor is here in St. Louis at the ballpark. How you doing, my friend? He says, long-time viewer, thought I'd say hello. Well, hello to you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by and checking out the chat. So here comes Clete Boyer, and he has a hit. Let's see what Clete can do with Pepitone at first and 2 outs. Gibson can't bring his guard down. Stottlemyre's on deck. Doesn't want to give Boyer too much. Here's the pitch to Clete Boyer. 3-9 from Gibson to Boyer. We go to the Boyer card. 3-9. Line shot, and he is robbed by brother Ken. A quick step and a dive. Robs a double down the left field line. The fans in St. Louis rise and cheer as one as Pepitone was off on contact. Pepitone, decent speed, might have scored if that ball rattled around in that left field corner. But to no avail. Clete Boyer retired by brother Kenny at the hot corner for the Cardinals. Bottom of the 4th, still scoreless, as we will mark great play as one brother robs another. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Mel Stottlemyre, the pitcher. This is Game 7 of our retro replay of the 64 World Series, knotted at 3. Due up for the Cardinals, White, Boyer, and Groat in the bottom of the 4th. To face Mel Stottlemyre. Been a pitching duel for now. We've seen a couple of nice defensive plays by both teams. Here's Bill White. Oh, he's 1 for 1, excuse me. He singled in his first plate appearance against Mel Stottlemyre, the Yankee youngster. Stottlemyre looks in, nods his head. Howard sets a target. The pitch to Bill White. 6-11 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-11, ground ball, first base. White has it, underhand toss to... Pepitone has it, underhand toss to Stottlemyre, and that is 1 down. Yankees throw the ball around the infield as White is retired. Here comes Ken Boyer, who robbed brother Clete. Fans give Kenny a standing ovation. MVP of 1964 in the National League and the hero of Game 6. His solo blast in extra innings defeated the Yankees with the walk-off homer. Stottlemyre doesn't want a repeat of that. Here's the pitch to Boyer from Stottlemyre. 6-3 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-3 fly ball right field, and Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle playing right, as age has slowed him, as Maris moves to center, is a 3 defender, and that's a 19. We go to the basic fielding chart. 3 and a 19. We roll a 20-sided die one more time. And that's a 5. So a 3 and a 5. And Mickey Mantle makes the diving catch into the corner. What a catch by Mickey Mantle. And the Mick gets up with a big smile. And the fans here in St. Louis, great baseball fans, give a polite ovation to Mickey Mantle in an outstanding catch. As Ken Boyer is retired, that definitely was extra bases. The great play by Mantle. So we have 2 down, and Dick Groat, the Cardinals shortstop, strides to the plate. He popped out to his counterpart, Phil Lintz, the Yankees shortstop. From one shortstop to another. Stottlemyre, windmill delivery. Here's the pitch to Groat. 1-6, pick up some sticks off the Groat card. 1-6, single! As Groat fights off a pretty good pitch and bloops it to center. Inning stays alive. So Groat, very poor base runner, 1 through 10. They will hold him on because with 2 outs, we don't want to get that +2. So he'll only be a +1. Now I'll bring up Tim McCarver. Been a fairly hot hitter in this series. Hero of Game 1, GOAT of Game 2. What will he be here in Game 7? Grounded back to first in his first plate appearance. The pitch to McCarver from Stottlemyre. 3-4. Will this close the door on the inning? 3-4 off the McCarver card. 3-4. Single! Single to center. Station to station. Groat runs like he's in mud. He will stop at second. So here come the Cardinals with 2 outs and 2 on. And Mike, don't call me Del Shannon. Who was robbed by Phil Lintz of a base hit. Let's see if he'll get that clutch hit now. Runner at second being held close. Shannon looking to grip and rip. Stottlemyre peeks in. Howard sets a target. The pitch to Shannon. 3-7 off the Shannon card. 3-7 and a 15. Line shot! And oh my lord! Leaping high in the air, showing his hops, is brother Cleet Boyer. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. The side is retired, and that would have scored Groat from second with 2 outs. What a play by Cleet Boyer. So Shannon has been robbed of 2 hits on 2 great plays. One by Lintz at short, and now by Cleet Boyer, who rolls the ball towards the mound and smiles at brother Ken. We're through 4, and we're scoreless in St. Louis. Game 7, 1964 retro replay. Knotted at 3. Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice basic. When next the Cardinals come up in the bottom of the 5th, it will be Dahl Maxville. So we've had some very good pitching, but some outstanding defense. As what a dinner, Thanksgiving dinner will be coming up at the Boyer's house, that's for sure. It's from one Boyer to another. All right, so here comes Yankee pitcher Mel Stottlemyre. He struck out against Gibson. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Stottlemyre, his counterpart. 4-6. You're almost better rolling off the pitcher card. 4, 6, and an 8. And Stottlemyre singles. Oh my God, a broken bat Texas leaguer. But it's going to count. They all look like line drives in tomorrow's box score. So once again, a 4-6 off the Gibson card. A 1 would have been a double. 2 through 20 is a single. We rolled an 8 on the 20-sided die. So Stottlemyre's on. Gibson not very happy with it. He made a hell of a pitch. Broke the bat. Sawed him off, but standing at first base as the ball found no man's land is Mel Stottlemyre. He is not fast. Phil Lintz comes to plate. Lintz will square to bunt. Oh boy, you know this is coming high and tight to Lentz. Here's a pitch from Gibson. Lentz squares. That's a 7. And he gets the bunt down. As White fields it, spins and throws to Maxville. But Stottlemyre advances to second. Great bunt by Lentz. So that goes 3-4 on the sack bunt. So the Yankees have a very slow-footed pitcher at second with 1 out. And here comes Bobby Richardson, who's 2 for 2. On deck is Maris. You're not walking Richardson to get to Maris. Gibson needs a strikeout here, or a pop-up. Nods his head, a stern look. He rocks and deals to Bobby Richardson. 5-4 off the Gibson card. Will it be no more? 5-4 fly ball, center field, and Curt Flood. Defensive check. Flood is a 1 defender. That's a 14. A 1 and a 14. Flood makes the running catch. That is a 4 runners hold. So Stottlemyre, feeling a little yippy, goes back to the bag, but as he looked down, the third base coach had the mega stop sign, like, do not pass go. So Richardson flies out to Flood. First time Richardson's been retired. 2 outs. Stottlemyre at second will move to a 1 through 11 base runner, as we always hold on runners in basic, or keep them close, however you want to put it, when they're at second. And here comes Roger Maris. He has flown to left and walked. No score. Gibson, deep breath, arms down to his chest. He rocks and fires to Maris. 4-7. 4-7 off the Gibby card. 4-7. Ground ball to short, and Dick Groat. A defensive check here. Dick Groat is a 3 defender. Re-rolled in 8. We go to the chart. Groat, diving stop, pops up, fires low to first. White picks it out of the dirt, and the side is retired. A fine play all the way around. So the Yankees get a Stottlemyre to second, but he goes fourth, no more. We go to the bottom of the 5th, scoreless here in St. Louis. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Mickey Mantle at the plate. The defensive gems just continue. Due up for the Cardinals to face Mel Stottlemyre. Maxville, Gibson, and Curt Flood. Dahl Maxville reached on the error, a rare error, by Clete Boyer. He made up for it in that spectacular play when he robbed Brother Ken. Shannon, excuse me. Here's the pitch to Dahl Maxville from Stottlemyre. 6-6. Pick up some sticks. You get your kicks on Route 66 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-6. 1 through 18's a single. Line shot right at Bobby Richardson. That is an out. 1 through 18's a single. We rolled a 20. So breathing a sigh of relief is Mel Stottlemyre. So he got on base on an error. Then he should have got on base with a hard hit ball, but he tagged it right at Richardson. So 1 out, and the intense one. Bob Gibson comes to the plate. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, which advanced Maxville to second. Let's see what Gibby can do from off Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Bob Gibson. 3-3. What will it be? We shall see. Off the Gibby hitter's card. 3-3. And that is a pop-up to the shortstop. Waiting for it is Lentz. 2 down. Top of the order, and Curt Flood. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Will his third at-bat be the charm? Will it be the lucky charm? Stottlemyre goes through his windup. Here's the pitch to Flood. 2-10 off the Flood card. 2-10. And Flood gaps Maris and Mantle, and that will be a double to right center field. So a 2-out double by Flood on the 2-10. Go-ahead run at second. A very speedy Curt Flood, 1 through 16. They will keep him close, so it's only going to be 1 through 17. But those are good odds. Can Lou Brock find a way through the infield now? On deck is Bill White. Elston Howard goes out to have a word with the young Yankee pitcher. Yankees start to get something going in their bullpen. All hands on deck, Game 7. Captain Carl, how you doing, my friend? As Captain Carl says, no internet at home, so I went to work a night early. Oh, hope all is well, Captain Carl. Thank you for joining us here in St. Louis. All right, 2 outs. Flood at second. Can Brock knock in the first run of the ball game and put the Cardinals ahead here in the bottom of the 5th? Stottlemyre deals to Brock. 6-11 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-11. Ground ball to first. Pepitone has it. Takes it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. Great pitch by Stottlemyre. They strand Flood at second. We go to the top of the 6th. Still scoreless here in St. Louis. When the Cardinals come back up, it'll be Bill White, the first baseman. Due up for the Yankees, Mantle, Howard, and Pepitone. What a pitcher's duel in Game 7. Knotted at 3. The winner will get the 64 Retro Replay World Series. Mickey Mantle is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Here's the pitch from Gibson to the Mick. Mantle is dealt a 5-6 off the Gibson card. 5-6. Swing and a miss. Again, he just blows the fastball by Mantle. Second time he's got Mickey Mantle. Gibson now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. Fans loving it. Here comes the Yankee catcher, Elston Howard. He's 0 for 2 and also a strikeout victim. Can Gibson strike out the side here? Nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to his counterpart, Elston Howard. 1-12 off the Howard card. 1-12. Line shot! And what another great play by Kenny Boyer at third base for the Cardinals. A step to his right and a dive. And he has just taken away another hit, making up for that error, a rare error. Sorry, that's Brother Ken. I got the Boyer brothers all mixed up. This is Kenny. So great job by Kenny. We'll leave it at that. As Howard's now 0 for 3. The Boyers are doing wonders at the hot corner for both teams. Now bring up the party boy, Joe Pepitone. He has struck out and singled. Him and Gibson do not like one another. Pepitone awaits the Gibson offering. Here comes a pitch, homeward bound. 2-10 off the Pepitone card. 2-10. Line shot past the dive of White into right field. 1 through 17 is a single. 18 through 20 would have been a line out. We rolled a 5. So Pepitone keeps the inning alive with a 2-out single. He's now 2 for 3. Pepitone, not a base stealer, but a slightly above base runner, 1 through 14. Here comes Tom Tresh. They will hold Pepitone on with 2 outs, so it'll go through to a 1 through 15. Tresh was thrown out trying to go first to third in the top of the 2nd by Flood. Then he popped out. Pepitone takes his lead. Gibson looks over. Now looks in at McCarver. He picks up the sign. He kicks and deals to Tresh. 6-11. 6-11 off the Gibson card. 6-11 ground ball to first. And Bill White. Bill White, an excellent defender. A 1 defender, and that's a 6. This should end the inning. A 1 and a 6. White has it. Tosses to Gibson covering the bag, and the side is retired 3-1. Yankees are scoreless through 6. When they come up next, it'll be Clete Boyer to lead things off. So Pepitone does not advance any farther than first. Due up for the Cardinals, the man who helped with the final out, Bill White, the first baseman, then Kenny Boyer, followed by Dick Grote. Here in the bottom of the sixth, scoreless in St. Louis. Bill White is 1 for 2, a single and a ground ball out to the first baseman. Stottlemyre, the youngster for the Yankees, back up on the bump. He readies himself. Here's the pitch to Bill White. And that is a 2-6 off the White card. 2-6, 19, line shot, and Pepitone goes high in the air, makes the catch, and he glares towards the Cardinal dugout as they throw the ball around the infield. What a play by Pepitone. As White is robbed of his second hit. Now bring up Ken Boyer. Boyer flew out to left, and Tresh, and then was robbed when Mickey Mantle made a diving catch in the right field corner in his second plate appearance. Here's the pitch from Stottlemyre to Ken Boyer. 5-8 off the Mel Stottlemyre card. 5-8, fly ball to right field. This is going to be an easier play for Mantle. He makes the catch 2 away. Base is empty, and here comes Dick Groat. He's popped out to short and singled, advanced to second, but he went no further. Groat only had 1 home run in '64, .292 batting average. He awaits the Stottlemyre offering. Pitch homeward bound to Dick Groat. 3-7 off the Groat card. 3-7 singles. As Groat singles to left center. Picks up his second hit and keeps the inning alive for Tim McCarver. He singled in his last plate appearance. Prior to that, he grounded out to first, as Pepitone took it unassisted to the bag. So here's McCarver, 2 outs. Groat, very slow, 1 through 10. They will hold him on. With 2 outs, he becomes a 1 through 11 base runner. Had we not hold him on, he would be 1 through 12. Here's the pitch to McCarver. Stottlemyre deals McCarver a 6-8 off the Stottlemyre card. Line shot right at the third baseman. Kenny Boyer, Cleet Boyer, my God, the Boyer brothers are killing me. And the side is retired. It's a Boyer at the hot corner, that's for sure. So McCarver hit it on the screws, but right at Brother Cleet. We're through 6 here in St. Louis. No score as we go to the top of the 7th. Game 7, 1964 World Series Retro Replay. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be Mike Shannon to lead things off. Bob Gibson strides back out to the mound. Has his warm-up tosses. He will face Cleet Boyer, Mel Stottlemyre, possibly a pinch hitter, I don't know yet, and Phil Lintz at the top of the order. Tribes fans here at the ballpark, hope all is well. And Todd B. So a couple more luminaries here in St. Louis. Dave Little, how the heck you doing, my friend? And Arnold. Oh, Time Machine says he'll be right back. So thank you all you fine gentlemen for joining us. Check out all their wonderful channels. Here comes Cleet Boyer, and he is 1 for 2. Could easily be 2 for 2. Was robbed by Brother Ken. Sip of water. Gibson, ready to work. He deals to Cleet Boyer. 1-4 off the Boyer card. 1-4, ground ball right to Gibson. He snares it, throws to White, 1 down. Now I'll bring up the pitcher, Mel Stottlemyre. And I think he's pitched 6 really good innings. We're going to stick with Stottlemyre. He will hit for himself. He's 1 for 2. He struck out and then had a Texas leaguer for a single. Here's the pitch from Gibson to his counterpart Stottlemyre. 2-3 off the pitcher's hitter's card. 2-3, ground ball to first. White has it, throws to Gibby, another 1-3. 3-1, that time. So there's 2 down on 2 ground balls. Top of the order for Phil Lintz. Lintz is 0 for 2. He has flown to center, grounder short, and also had a sacrifice bunt. On deck, Bobby Richardson. Richardson is 2 for 3. Gibson, deep breath. The high leg kick and the pitch to Phil Lintz. 5-4 4 off the Gibson card. 5-4, fly ball, center field, and Flood. Flood is a 1 defender, but that's a 2. Let's see if Flood will get there. A 1 and a 2, and Flood! Superman dive, stretches out, and he makes the great catch, going to left center field. What a catch by Curt Flood on the 1 and the 2 and the 3. And that's 3 outs, folks. And the side is retired as Phil Lentz just kicks the ground. Yankees scoreless through 7. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Due up for the Cardinals, Shannon, Maxville, and Gibson. When the Yankees come up in the 8th, it'll be Bobby Richardson to lead things off. So they had faith in Stottlemyre. And he's back up on the mound, preparing to face Mike Shannon, who could easily be 2 for 2. He was robbed by Lentz on a line shot at short, and robbed on a line shot towards third that would have rattled down in the corner by Cleet Boyer, brother of Ken Boyer. Stottlemyre picks up the sign from Howard. Here's the pitch to Mike Shannon. 4-8 off the Stottlemyre card. 4-8. Popped up foul territory. Right side. Pepitone moves into foul territory. He waits for it. Makes the catch. 1 down. Stottlemyre appreciative of the faith the Yankees have shown in him to let him go back out for the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Dahl Maxville. He reached on an error by Cleet Boyer and then lined a hard shot right at Bobby Richardson at second. On deck is Bob Gibson. Here's the pitch to Maxville. 3s across the board. That is a 3-6 off the Maxville card. 3-6 and a single. So Dahl Maxville finds his way on base again. He only had 26 at-bats in the regular season, playing for the injured Julian Javier. So a 1-out single for Maxville. Gibson, you're not taking Bob Gibson out in a shutout going through 7. But will we have him swing away? He's practically an automatic out unless we get on the Stottlemyre card. You know what? We're going to let Gibby swing away. No sacrifice bunt with 1 out. Here's a pitch from Stottlemyre to Bob Gibson. And that's a 2-6 and a swing and a miss. A 3, 4, or 5 were possible. A 3 and 4 were singles. A 5's a possible single. Would have been an out anyway. That's a 12. Doesn't matter. We rolled as 6. So that is a swing and a miss. So 2 outs. Maxwell will be off on contact. 1 through 14 base runner. They're holding him on, so it's only a +1. So it'll be 1 through 15. Here's Curt Flood, top of the order, 1 for 3. He's grounded out twice and doubled. Here's the pitch from Stottlemyre to Flood, hoping to open up the floodgates. Can he break the dam known as Mel Stottlemyre? 5-4 off the Stottlemyre card. He does! That is a single! Picks up his second hit, single to center. Maxville, 1 through 15. He's trying to try to go first to third. Here's the throw from Maris. And it's an 11. He is safe. So Maxville, unlike Tresh, gets to third on the 2-out single by Curt Flood. And Howard goes out to have a word with Stottlemyre. The Yankees in real life would come with Al Downing, who did not record a freaking out in Game 7. In reality, the Cardinals beat the Yankees, was it 7-5? Looks like 7-5. Let me just flip this page for a second. 7-5. So they used Al Downing, who we have. We don't have Rollie Sheldon. We don't have Steve Hamilton in our basic set. We do have Pete Mickelson, who has stunk for us. We could go Al Reniff. They did go Al. Or we're gonna stick with Stottlemyre here. Lou Brock is 0 for 3. Big moment here. First and third, 2 outs, no score. Bottom of the 7th. They show faith in the youngster Mel Stottlemyre. Howard back behind the plate. Pepitone back to first. Manager back to the dugout. Here's the pitch to Brock. 3-11. 3-11, and that is a walk. And that will juice the bases as Flood advances to second. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and here comes Bill White. Oh boy, folks. With 1 out, excuse me. No, 2 outs, 2 outs, 2 outs. Pop out to Shannon, strike out to Gibson. Now, I don't think they would stick with the youngster now. But we're not coming with Al. Let's see what Al Downing. 3-4-7. You know what? We're gonna come with Pete Mickelson. Let's see if Mickelson can get the job done. Most likely not. As they're talking about in the chat, the Alomar brothers, the Canigliaro brothers, the Necro brothers, the Molina brothers, the Gurrells, I believe they're brothers, who play now. One plays for the Dodgers, I think, still. JD and Steven Drew, there's a good one. Brian and Marcus, yeah, lots of brothers. So here comes the closer. So Stottlemyre goes 6 2/3. He's responsible for these loaded bases. And they're going to Pete Mickelson. We will skip over Al Downing, as I don't think they would have went to Al Downing in this situation. But Mickelson did come in the game. And he has not been bueno. But all will be forgotten if he can get them out of this jam. 2 outs, bases juice. Mickelson with his warm-up tosses. As he throws those pitches, will give you his numbers from 64. 7-4 with a 3.56 earned run average. Did allow 3 homers, struck out 63, walked 36, and gave up 79 hits in 86 innings pitched. He will face Bill White. No place to put White. Moment of truth. Cardinal fans on their feet. Mickelson looks into Howard. They had a quick word. Now he's ready to work. The pitch to Bill White. Bases juice. 2 outs. 6-9 off the Mickelson card. 6-9. Ground ball to Phil Lintz at short. He is a 3 defender, and that's a 2. And that should not be bueno. So they get the ground ball, but it's a single. And the runners advance 2 bases, 2-0 Cardinals, as they were off on contact. Scoring easily from third is Maxville. Racing around from second, the speedy Kurt Flood. Advancing first to third, the speedy Lou Brock. So Bill White singles past the dive of Phil Lintz at short. Again, that was a 2. And Lintz is a 3 defender, so a 3 and a 2 is a single. Runners advance 2 bases. And those are the first runs put up by either team. And Busch Stadium is going crazy. Two 2-0 Cardinals with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Maxville scores. Flood scores. Brock goes to third. White's at first. Mickelson got the ground ball. But Lintz just out of his reach on the dive. 2-0 Cardinals. Those runs will be charged to Stottlemyre. He's still responsible for Brock at third. And here comes Kenny Boyer, MVP, National League 1964. Here's the pitch to Boyer, and this place is rocking and rolling. You'd think it was Cleveland and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's a 4-9 to Boyer off the Mickelson card. 4-9, ground ball to second. Knocking it down as Richardson quickly picks it up, throws to Pepitone, and the side is retired. But the out comes a little too late. For with 2 outs and the bases juiced, Bill White comes through in the clutch with a single that knocked in 2. The Cardinals are 6 outs away from winning The retro replay of the 1964 World Series. We go to the top of the 8th. Yankees trail by 2. It's the Cardinals 2, the Yankees nothing. Bob Gibson has the lead, and there is no way in heck you're going to get the ball out of his hands. Nor should you want to. He wants revenge for being bludgeoned in Game 5. When next the Cardinals come up, it will be Dick Groat to lead things off. Due up for the Yankees, who now trail by 2 and have 6 outs to get 2 runs to tie, 3 or more to go ahead. Bobby Richardson. Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle. Six, 7, 1, 2. Okay. Boyer grounded out. Stottlemyre grounded out. Lintz made an out. I don't remember what he did. I didn't mark it. God damn it. I think he grounded out. We're going to say 3-1. I don't remember. So here comes Bobby Richardson to lead off the top of the 8th. Face Bob Gibson, who now has a 2-run lead. 1, 2. Yeah, so Richardson is up next. All right. On deck, Roger Maris. The Yankees need to get 1 on to bring the tying run to the plate. Gibson deals to Bobby Richardson. 2-9 off the Richardson card. 2-9. He jammed him with the high. He pop up. Shortstop. Groat's there. Makes the catch. 1 away. Richardson now 2 for 4. Now bring up Roger Maris. Yankees would love to go back-to-back booms and tie it at 2. Maris has flown out, walked, and grounded to short. Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. The pitch to Maris. 5-7 off the Bob Gibson card. 5-7. 16 on the split. Line shot past the dive of Maxville. 1 through 19's a single. 20 would have been a line out. So the tying run will come to the plate in the aging Mickey Mantle. And wouldn't that be sweet revenge for the Mick? He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out and struck out the last 2 times. So it's Gibson versus Mantle. 1 out, Maris at first. They're holding him on. Mantle looking to tee it high and let it fly, ready to grip and rip. The intense one, Bob Gibson on the mound. Deep breath, arms down to his chest. The big windup in the pitch to Mickey Mantle. A 3-6-20. That ball is hit deep to center field. It's going to go off the wall. It will be a double. Oh, Mantle just comes inches away from tying this ball game up. It's a double. They're holding Maris on, so that's a -1, 1 through 13. They're going to hold him at third. They will hold Maris at third as Elston Howard, the catcher, comes up. So it's second and third, and Mickey Mantle inches away from tying this game up. A 3-6 off the Mantle card. A home run 1 through 14. We rolled a 20. Oh, boy. There's a lot of trepidation here in St. Louis. Second and third. Mantle, the tying run at second. Howard, the go-ahead run at the plate. McCarver goes out to have a very quick word with Bob Gibson. They will play for the out. Howard, the Yankee catcher, had 15 homers with a .313 batting average in 64. Howard, as grounded out, struck out, and then was robbed by Kenny Boyer of a double down the line. Here's the pitch to Elston Howard from Gibson. 4-3 off the Gibson card. 4-3. He jammed him. Popped up. Right side. White calling for it. He makes the catch. 2 down. What a great pitch by the intense one, Bob Gibson. And it's, oh, wow. It comes down to Joe Pepitone. Pepitone and Gibby have not been kind to one another in this series. Pepitone is 2 for 3, struck out the first time, but has singled twice since then. Mantle at second represents a tying run. Maris is at third. Here's Joe Pepitone. He had 28 homers. Will it be Joe Pepitone to bring the Yankees ahead and bring no joy to Mudville? Gibson nods his head. He deals to Joe Pepitone. 2-3. What will it be? Hard hit ground ball to second. Up with it is Maxfield. Over to White. And the side is retired. The Yankees squander second and third with one out. They leave the runners on. So Pepitone hit the ball hard, but right at Maxfield at second. New York threatens but does not score. We go to the bottom of the eighth as Bob Gibson just pumps that fist, and he stares at that Yankee dugout, and he stares right through Joe Pepitone, pulling his heart out with the imaginary death punch. So, when next the Yankees come up in the bottom of the ninth, they're hoping it's still only a 2-run deficit. It'll be Tresh, Boyer, and a pinch hitter for Pete Mickelson. Wow. So Gibson, I like to see you take him out now. He would murder everyone in the dugout. So due up for the Cardinals, wanted to add to that 2-run lead, Dick Groat, Tim McCarver, and Mike Shannon. To face Pete Mickelson, his job is to keep it a 2-run deficit. Stottlemyre on the hook. But it was Mickelson who gave up the 2-out bases-loaded single by Bill White that knocked in 2. Here's the pitch to Dick Groat from Mickelson. 5-7 off the Mickelson card. 5-7 with a 15. 5-7 ground ball to second base. And Bobby Richardson. Richardson is a 1 defender. That's a 15. I believe that is an out. A 1 and a 15 is an out. As fielded quite smoothly by Richardson. So Groat's retired 4-3. 1 out in the bottom of the eighth. The fans are euphoric here. They do want to see a few more runs. It's only a 2-run game. Here's the pitch to Tim McCarver from Mickelson. That's a 5-5 off the Mickelson card to McCarver. 5-5 fly ball to center field. Camping is Maris 2 down. No one on for Mike Shannon. Shannon is 0 for 3. Could easily be 2 for 3. A great play by Lintz, a great play by Cleat Boyer, and then he popped out to Pepitone at first. Mickelson nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Mike Shannon. 4-9 off the Mickelson card. 4-9 ground ball to second, ranging to his left and backhanding it is Maxfield. He spins and fires to first, and the side is Richardson, firing to Pepitone, and the side is retired. 4-3. We go to the top of the ninth. 2-0 Cardinals. Bob Gibson looking for the complete game shutout. Cardinals fans don't want to hear it, but I have to say it. If the Cardinals come up, something went wrong, and Dahl Maxfield will be leading things out. Todd B says Gibson is now 83 years old, and he would still throw at his grandchild in wiffle ball if he crowded the plate. God bless Bob Gibson, one of my all-time favorite players. All right, so the Yankees will send forth Tresh, Boyer, and a pinch hitter, and they used Lopez and Blanchard, and we'll see who we'll go with. So here's Tom Tresh, Boyer on deck, pinch hitter in the hole. Tresh is 1 for 3, was thrown out trying to go first to third. That ended the top of the second as Flood threw him out. What a big play that was. So Gibson looking for the complete game shutout. It starts with Tresh. Gibson rocks and fires to Tom Tresh. Misses location. 1-4. 1-4. That ball's hit deep to center field. Flood racing back at the track, at the wall, and he makes the catch. Tresh, who had 16 homers, just didn't have enough oomph. 1 down, and the fans rise as the Cardinals are 2 outs from taking Game 7 of the 1964 World Series in our retro replay. As Tresh flies out to center. Now bring up Clete Boyer. Boyer, will they let Clete Boyer bat? That's the question. They will not let Clete Boyer bat. They will go with Hector Lopez. Johnny Blanchard, you can see him with a bat in the dugout, so Hector Lopez will bat for Clete Boyer. We'll figure out who the hell will play third if we get that far. So it's Hector Lopez to bat for Clete Boyer. And Johnny Blanchard has a helmet and a bat in his hand. They don't give a crap. Bring in whoever you want. They got Johnny Doc Blanchard on deck. So Hector Lopez will pinch hit for Clete Boyer. Boyer was 1 for 3. Could have been 2 for 3. He was robbed by brother Ken. 1 out. No one on. Hector Lopez batted .260, 10 homers, 3 triples, and 9 doubles. He'll face Bob Gibson. Gibson, one angry Cardinal, on the bump. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Hector Lopez. 4-10 off the Gibby card. 4-10, and he walked him. A little too much oomph with that high fastball. Lopez on the 4-10 did not chase. The tying run will come to the plate, and it's Johnny Doc Blanchard. So Lopez is on. And here comes Johnny Doc Blanchard. Not you. You're Clete Boyer. You're out of the game. Johnny Doc Blanchard, who is 2 for 3, I believe, as a pinch hitter. 255, 7 home runs, 1 swing of the bat by the Doc, and he'll cure the Yankee ailments. So it's Johnny Doc Blanchard. Blanchard, B-L-A-N-C-H-A-R-D. Well, pinch hit. 1 out. Lopez at first. Base stealer, 1 through 11. Base runner. They're going to hold him close. Gibson looking for the double play ball to end the game and the World Series. Yankees need 2 to tie and more to go ahead. Gibson. The big windup and the pitch to Johnny Doc Blanchard. 3-10. 3-10. And that's a single for Blanchard. The pinch hitters come through. Station to station go the Yankees. It's first and second with 1 out. Oh, my Lord. McCarver goes out to have a word with Gibson. Here comes the manager. Gibson's not coming out, though. They say, do you feel strong? Gibson gives him that stare. He gives him that stare. Greg Gurecki, how you doing, my friend? Hope all is well, Mr. Gurecki, our good friend from the north in Canada. Oh, Canada. Sports Time Machine says, house call for Johnny Doc Blanchard. So 1 out, 2 on. This game has gotten quite interesting. More interesting than the Cardinals fans want here in St. Louis. And it's Phil Lentz. Lentz, 0 for 3. Mixed in there is a sacrifice bunt. He has four plate appearances, but 0 for 3. Let's see what Lentz can do. Will we do something crazy here? On the bench is the injured, but will play if necessary, Tony Kubek. Kubek batted .229 with 8 homers. Phil Lentz, .250 with 5 homers. Let's just look at this card here. No, it will be Lentz. It will not be Kubek. Who else do we have here? Pedro Gonzalez. Ooh, .277. They will go vote for Pedro. Then Kubek will have to come in to play short if they tie it up. Again, we're going with our own volition. Their third pinch hitter. And it's going to be Pedro Gonzalez, who actually did not play in this game. But we're playing him. So Phil Lintz is out. And he can play second base. So we can move Richardson to short if we want. Or we can bring in the injured Kubek, who is itching to play. He says he can play. So here comes Pedro Gonzalez to face Bob Gibson, the third consecutive pinch hitter by the Yankees in this do-or-die situation. Yankees pulling out all his stops. There is no tomorrow, only today. And it's vote for Pedro Gonzalez. As he is a pinch hitter. Third consecutive pinch hitter for the New York Yankees. One out. First and second. Tying run at first in Blanchard. And Blanchard, he runs in mud 1 through 9. Lopez runs in mud 1 through 11. So here's Gonzalez. Not a lot of pop in that bat. Did have 8 doubles. A slap hitter. 277. They just want to get it to Bobby Richardson, who has 2 hits off of Gibson, though he's been retired the last 2 times. Gibson hoping for the double play ball that will end the game and the World Series. Gibson intensely looks in at McCarver. Here's the pitch to Pedro Gonzalez. 3-11 off the Gonzalez card. He jammed him. Popped up sky high. Shortstop. Grote waving his arms. He makes the catch. 2 down. The Cardinals fans rise as one, urging on Gibson to get the final out and bring the Redlegs a World Championship. And Bobby Richardson strides to the plate. Richardson 2 for 4. Singled in his first 2 plate appearances, then flew out and popped out to short. On deck is Roger Maris. 2-0 Cardinals. Gibson on the mound, takes a deep breath. Tense moments here. The windup and the pitch to Bobby Richardson. 3-4 off the Richardson card. 3-4. Line shot right at Grote. And the ball game is over. Bob Gibson whirls a complete game shutout. The Cardinals win Game 7, 2-0, and take the series 4 games to 3. Bobby Richardson's hit it on the screws. You can't hit it any harder, but he hit it right at Dick Grote at short. The Yankees put 2 on, but failed to score. Gibson gets sweet revenge in a 2-0 shutout here in Game 7. What a ball game. What a ball game. Gibson is the winner. Mel Stottlemyre, the Yankee youngster, is the loser. But what a performance by Mel. So Gibson is in 3 starts in our retro replay, 1-1 with 1 no decision. Stottlemyre goes 1-1. Pete Mickelson gave up the single. White knocked in the 2 runs with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, but those runs were not charged to Mickelson, as once again he did not do his J-O-B. Greg Gurecki here in St. Louis is jumping up and down and saying, yeah, baby, yeah. Red birds, not red legs, says Tribes fan. They're red. That's all I know. Yeah, red legs are Cincinnati, right? Mel Torme, Dave Gardner, is still high off of his body painting. He's high off life, Dave. We love Dave Gardner. Mel Torme. I like Mel Torme. That was a fun episode on Seinfeld. As Richard O'Connor says, the Yankees lose. Dave Lowe says, great series, Al. Casey Jones, 1970. Dang, I missed it. Oh, it was a fun series. This was probably one of the most underrated series in history. If you go through it, and the next one I think I'd like to do, and I can do these with advanced on the PC, because I have all the 60s, the 70s, and some of the 80s and 90s. I actually don't have, well, I have the Pedro year in the 90s. But I have all these basic cards. It's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we're going to do 1965. Sandy Koufax's last year. No, I'm sorry, next to last year. 66 was last year. 65 when the Dodgers beat the Twins. I think we should, we might do that one. As Greg Gorecki says, no, the jumping up and down happened as a 5-year-old. Awesome sauce. So that was a lot of fun. 2-0. So Strat-O-Matic Basic gets it right. Went 7. Cardinals win. 4 games to 3. We pulled out all the stops. We came with 3 pinch hitters. Again, I don't have the full rosters, so I got to do what I have to do. Johnny Smoke says, I can't believe what I just heard. Go Cards. Yogi, you're fired. And Keen, we will sign you next year for the Yankees. I thought he did a good job, Johnny. I thought it was fair and square. Fair and balanced. Lots of fun. Yeah, I think I want to do the 65 series. As Todd B says, thanks, Al. Happy 4th. Happy 4th of July to everyone. I think we're going to do that. Our next one, we might do the 65 World Series for Basic. And I got some other stuff in the pipeline. I just repurchased Fire Pro Wrestling for the PlayStation 4 because it crashed on my PC and I can't get it to work. So I repurchased it on a console, which I have to recreate all the wrestlers I had. But we will get the FOC back up and running. And I think Dave Little is going to be doing some wrestling tomorrow. I hope I can catch it live. If not, I will watch that. I've been watching a lot of wrestling. Jim Cornette has a YouTube show or a podcast. I watch that. My God, you got to watch that stuff if you're a old school wrestling fan. I watched Bruno Sammartino match also last night. I watched... you know what? There is something to be said about some of those old matches. Because I watched Tony Atlas and Hulk Hogan. I forgot that Tony Atlas beat him. And when I started watching, I remember that as a kid now. That was an awesome match. Tony Atlas was... And the wrestling style, you know what? They might be quicker and more athletic now, supposedly. But I'm telling you, it was funner back then. I watched some new wrestling just the other day on the WWE channel. And yeah, you could just see I know it's fake. We know it's fake when we were little kids. After like 10, you know it's fake. 10, 11. But you could see how far they missed their shots and stuff. It's just awful. And they're more athletic and stuff. And the interviews aren't that good, to be honest with you. I mean, there's no Rock anymore, who I love, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Tony Atlas did the power press on Hulk Hogan. Was absolutely incredible. Highly recommend checking out those wrestling matches if you're a wrestling fan. It was a lot of fun to go old school wrestling. So, again, thank you very much. Cardinals win 2-0. Gibson goes the distance. He gets the win. He shuts out the Yankees, gets revenge for being bludgeoned in Game 5. Stottlemyre takes the loss. He pitched well. Mickelson came in with 2 outs and bases loaded, but couldn't hold it for Mel. And the 64 World Series goes as reality went. The Cardinals take it 4-3. We will have some stats. Yeah, Todd, it's fake. We will have some stats. We're going to do them up, and we'll do a stat thing next week, I think. As Dave Lowe says, the old-time wrestlers tell a better story. Oh, absolutely, Dave. That's why I think I'm going to do a little wrestling after with the card and dice with a few of the things I was going with. So much fun. Johnny Smoke says, Claude Osteen, an unheralded hero of the World Series in 65. If he doesn't pitch good in the third game, the Dodgers would be down 3-0. Yeah, Claude Osteen was a good pitcher. Good pitcher. So, all right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for spending time with me. I had streaming a little while. Had to deal with family stuff. That comes up, you know. So I wanted to stream. Johnny Smoke says, good series. Thank you, Johnny. And I think we're going to do the 65. That one. And again, I could do it with the PC and advanced, but I kind of like doing the basic. It's kind of fun, you know. Thank you, Casey. And check out that wonderful channel if you like trains. It's like having your own train set in the palm of your hands. I got the whole world in my hands. All right, so folks, I might be back. What time is it? I think I will be back. Maybe we'll do a little wrestling card and dice. I don't know. And then Dave Little's doing wrestling tomorrow, I believe. So again, check out all the wonderful content creators in the chat, please. If you have not subscribed, please do so to all the wonderful people. And subscribe back and forth. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Health and happiness. Happy 4th of July. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. You know what's coming. Peace! Cardinals win the series 4-3, just like in reality. Love ya.